Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Hello, Lucas. I don't know. Who is this. I have absolutely no idea. And I don't even know if I can properly speak English. Because I haven't done this in a long time and I haven't spoken English in a long time. Not that I was ever really good at it. How are you doing, man? Glad to see you around. Not sure if you are going to stay for too long. I saw your message earlier on Discord. I hope everything is okay with you. I like kind of read it really quickly. But yeah, I hope everything is peachy with you. It's weird. It's weird to be back in this position. But yeah, maybe it's the trigger I needed to start doing this again. Who knows? I must confess that my wife isn't particularly happy with me streaming at this time, because like it's dinner time. I'm not going to have dinner with them today. But yeah, I've never been a participant in the World Cup of Pro Cycling Manager. It's the first time, and it's quite possible that it's going to be the only race I'm going to do, because the chances of me getting eliminated today are quite high. Not okay, but not really bad. Okay, that's... I'll take it that as an off day, and hopefully everything will be fine tomorrow. But yeah, what were you going to stream today? Was it the Assassin's Creed day today? I don't think it was. Or was it? Maybe it was. Was it? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Let me just check. Okay, so the host will be hosting in a few minutes. I was seeing that one of the organizers, I was commenting, let me just, this is going to be tricky because I'll have to divide my attention between playing, between the stream, and between eventual chat on Discord about the race. And you know that I'm great at diverting, spreading my attention between several things. But one of the organizers was saying after a comment I made that the final stage that we are going to play today is really absolutely mental, and is saying that it was one of the stages in one of the finals, I imagine, last year. So yeah, we have a little chance of playing a World Cup final today. It was apparently in 2019. Man, yeah, that stage is really crazy. Assassin's Creed would be tomorrow. Hopefully it's still going to be tomorrow. At what time? Because I don't remember. I do not remember. Let me just... Actually, before I forget, I'm just going to swap to the main window, to the main screen of the stream, so that I don't start the race and have it in the other one, in the other screen, whatever. Yeah, I'm totally lost. Yeah, I'm going to be in Group B. It's still not here, so it's still going to be posted in a short while. You have no idea yet, to be honest. Pro streaming stuff? Pro streaming life? Yeah, I haven't been around that much lately, not as a streamer, obviously. Like, my last one was in October last year. It's a really long time. Interestingly, I think it was like the day before Victoria 3 came out, and I was actually thinking about playing a bit of Victoria 3 on stream. But yeah, things just haven't worked out, and then I kind of lost the motivation to keep doing it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe coming back with this stream today, maybe it will be enough to trigger me again. It was Easter. Okay, I'll take it. Did you do anything special for Easter? I was away from home. Went to my in-laws in the countryside. Okay, group B, this is me. There's no password. Perfect. I'm in. We were there for 5 days, I think. The kids had been there for almost a week already. They went with their grandparents. And then my wife and I went a few days later. It was actually nice to, like, I love my kids, but it was nice to spend a few days without them, just me and my wife. It was quite nice. You're always visiting family. Don't laugh, I love my kids. I do love my kids. Okay, I think, like, I was also, before streaming today, I was checking everything. I wasn't really sure. Oh, I need to pick my team. I wasn't really sure. Let me just say hello to Miru. I wasn't really sure if things were going to work properly, because I don't know, the settings weren't changed, but the software was updated in the meantime. Like, everything I use was updated in these past 6 months. But apparently everything works fine. Oh, Twitch abundante, oh, Twitch abundante, oh.
Finally, I can send bits. Congrats on winning Fantasy League. Just stopping by, have to get back to work.
Don't go back to work. You must stay. This is your destiny. Hello, Fox. How are you doing? Welcome in for only a bit. Only for 2,000 bits, not only for a bit. Thank you so much for the 2,000 bits, which do have an explanation. These were like my prize for being maybe the only person who actually paid attention fully to F1 Fantasy League last year. In Fox's league. Let me see. Do I even know how to do this still? Yay, I know. I know how to do it. We had a league on his Discord, the Discord of his league racing team, and I was first, and I got a prize, and he's paying that prize now. Thank you so much, Fox. How are you doing, man? We have not had a chance to chat in a long time. I know things have been really busy for you. A lot of things happening in your life, which is really nice to know. So yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. Maybe you can lurk a little bit, but yeah, focus on work, because that's what you should do. Thank you once again. Still unpacking. Oh, you already moved. Right. You already moved. You know, you're going to be unpacking for the next 6 to 18 months. That's my experience. On the other hand, you still don't have kids, so maybe it's a little bit easier. But yeah, it's going to take you a long time to do that, so don't worry. the unpacking phase, it's quite long. It takes longer than the moving phase. Okay, I was just checking the Discord. Yeah, you see, I'm currently looking at the chat on Discord, the chat in game, the chat on the stream. This is just me. This is perfect for me. Your plan was to take necessities? Oh, okay. Like the things that you need. And set things up over time so you don't have much left to unpack. But your fiance brought everything all at once. You have tons of boxes to unpack. I'm sure that those are all the necessities she needs. It's all necessities for her. I'm pretty certain. And don't tell her otherwise. Thank you, Fox. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And have a nice day at work, or half day at work, because yeah, it's already afternoon. It's not going to take you too long before you finish things. I imagine that you are still working from home as before. So yeah. Bye bye, man. See you later. Okay, so we're already 4 people in. I think it's 7 people in total in this group. So we have me, Portuguese, a Spanish, a Belgian, and a German. I think we also have 2 French players. And the other ones I don't remember. Can I see it? Oh, we have a Colombian and wait. Germany, Belgium. Oh yeah, it's the 2 French players that are missing, and the Colombian. Yeah, that's it. You know, guys, you should be here. I'm the one that is skipping dinner with family. And my son is crying. He might have hurt himself with something. Shh. I didn't hear anything. My wife can handle it. Shh. Lucas, not a word. Not a word. Okay? Not a word. Okay, I'm just going to try to rearrange things here. Is there a way to detach the Discord chat? Maybe that... No, I'm not going to even try that. I'm not even going to try that. I'll just make the window smaller and like slightly outside of the screen. Yeah, that should work. That's just covering a little tiny bit. Yeah, should work like this. Anyway, pro streaming stuff. Man, she doesn't know that I know, so like I have my headphones. I can always claim that it's not like this is live and that this is going to be available to check later. So there's no issue. There is absolutely no issue. Okay, so there's 5 of us. One of the organizers is saying that actually I should choose my team, because you know, it's useful. I've tested the stages a little bit. I tested them, especially this team time trial. I have no idea if my strategy is any good. Probably not. Yeah, a good thing that I picked the riders, because we start in 5 seconds. But I tested this team time trial a few times. I have no idea if my strategy is any good. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be someone beating me by like a minute because they know how to properly manage the squad for this, and I don't. I basically don't. But yeah, this is it. Good luck, everyone. And be kind on me. Please be kind on me because I'm super inexperienced. João Almeida, yeah, you know him? I cannot. Wait, what is that? What is that? Ah, okay, this is where the fun begins. I was seeing it really tiny. It is. Okay. Ah, crap, I'm first. Great. I don't like being first. This might be too much. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, there's because there was someone missing. Okay, one less. You one less as well. How was I going to do this? It's like this. And 11. Okay. No, you can stay and you stay towards the back. No, you stay towards the back. Okay. Good. I think this is my strategy. I have absolutely no idea if it's a good one or a bad one, and I need to pay attention because one of the times that I tried this, the final 2 riders in my train kind of switched places, and because of that, the weakest of the 2. Okay, let's push a bit here. The weakest of the 2 was ahead of the second weakest, which caused my second weakest to be behind close to the end, and I lost a lot of time. So I need to pay close attention to what's going to happen, to make sure that they don't swap positions. Like, they seem like they are doing that. Yeah, they just did that. Okay, so I need to put João Rodrigues again on the relay. And back on maintaining position. And hola. Yeah, my daughter just came to say hello. And now she's making a lot of noise with the door. No worries. Just find the snitch and run it to the end zone. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, you see, this guy is already losing position, but he comes back, sort of. Actually, he's not coming back, which might indicate that I'm going too hard this time, which does not leave me very comfortable. I don't like that. I do not like that. Okay, so now I think I need to just basically push as much as I can with this guy, and then with Almeida in the final climb. And let's see how this goes. I'm losing 22 seconds on the second intermediate checkpoint. And now when the climb starts, I'm going to put him to the back, and Almeida can push a little bit more, and hopefully everything goes well. I think it can go a little bit harder, maybe a little bit more. We're close to the end. I could have pushed more. 32-14. Yeah, you see? 40 seconds slower. 40 seconds slower. I could have pushed a little bit more. Ah, it wasn't a minute yet. Laurel. Ooh, finishing with 3. That's his 4th. Yikes. Wow. Ulikus did very well, and now Sobrero is the final one. Yeah, is the final one. But he only has 4 riders here, so he's going to lose a lot of time as well. Yikes. Okay, so it's not terrible. It's not a terrible start, I think. It is not a terrible start. I'm still within range. So I guess my fight is with Spain. Belgium and France. Yeah, they are just too strong. Simply too strong. Let's just print screen the results. Actually, I should print screen this just to be safe. Okay, and next stage. Only the organizer is required to export the stages. Oh wow, we don't even have a tiny bit to rest between the stages. I did kind of similar to what I did when I was practicing. I did 32:14. My best time when I was practicing was 32:08, so like just 6 seconds slower. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, absolutely there was a much better way to do this than what I did. The fight is with Spain. yeah, Italy did really bad. Oh no, but Italy is an AI. Italy is not an actual player. I totally forgot about that. So basically Germany was the only one of the actual players who did poorly. Yeah, the AI in these races, I think you have a minimum of 6 that need to participate, of 6 teams. So one of them, because one player is missing, one of them was an AI. And let me just rearrange this here. Tiago Machado with João Almeida. I want André Carvalho with Amaro Antunes. And João Rodrigues behind and João Almeida. Ruben Guerreiro behind Amaro Antunes. Okay, everything is set. Wow, this doesn't leave me any time. 0 time for this. There's a lot of KOM sprints in this one, but they are not worth that many points. So I don't think I'm going to try to go for these. I'm not sure if I should try anything in a breakaway. It's 200 kilometers. It's a really long stage. Not the longest. The last one is going to be a little bit longer. But yeah, everyone still waiting, which is something that I really hate. I hate the passive being passive in this game, which I should be sometimes. I should be more passive in the game. Attacking is not always the best option. But yeah, the fight is with Spain. I think 3 people get automatically qualified. So, I mean, if we take away the guy from Spain, the guy from France, and the guy from Belgium, then I need to beat the guy from Spain. Also, I think that some of the players that finish in 4th may be qualified, depending on the results of the other groups. Okay, is this guy attacking? That guy is attacking. Yeah, my kid isn't doing too well today. Yeah, he's crying a bit. This was his first day back to school after holidays, and I think he's really sleepy. He had to wake up early. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to be a little bit quieter. And you know, this was in a way one of the reasons why I stopped streaming some time ago. Because around September, October, my son was having these really terrible tantrums, and you can imagine that it's not really cool to pretend that you are in a good mood for streaming when those things happen. And this is kind of what's happening now. Okay, so there are a few moves here. Not really. Wow, this is a big train with a German player. So I'm keeping Antonio Carvalho here. I don't know if the others are relaying. At least the French player, I think he's relaying as well. And I'm going to keep Ruben and Amaro here a little bit behind. And João is in the main group, in the main peloton with a few riders. Oh, this is the Italian team. Yeah, this is the Italian team. Okay, so this is everyone that matters. These are all the riders that matter. 30 riders. Yeah, 6 times 5. That's it. I think I need to lower the pace with an André Carvalho a little bit. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough. So Spain has 3 riders here. Miro is the host. Actually, I think he's a good player. Miro is a good player, so if I'm fighting him, at least I know I recognize his name. I think he has been in the latter stages of the competitions. So I think he is a very decent player, at least. I don't remember what was his seed for the draw. Could check it on the Discord, but I'll just lose focus, so I'm actually not going to do that. And again, I have no idea if my strategy is any good. I'm going to swap this a little bit and use protection on Amaro Antunes. Put him on 70, maintaining position here. João does not need to go on 85. So yeah, we have the German player here. Potentially, I think, or he just doesn't really know how the team time trials work, because they are not easy to manage. That's why I practiced this one quite a few times. He might end up being a good player. I don't know him. I'm saying him, I imagine it's a him. PCM is a very male-dominated sport game, as cycling is, as I think. Oh, I didn't even realize we had already a sprint, KOM sprint. Romain Sicard actually got the point. So one of Uliku's or Hulikui's or something like that. I feel like I'm wasting André Carvalho a lot and nobody else is doing anything. Let me drop this to 60 and see how this goes. Actually, I mean, we didn't lose any of the advantage to the others, so maybe the others are actually working as well. He's got nothing on us. Okay, let's get some water with Tiago Machado as well. Yeah, I was talking here and I totally forgot about the KOM sprints. But as someone was saying in the chat, in the game chat, that I don't think you can see. Yeah, I'm covering it. They are saying that they don't sprint for category 4 climbs because, I mean, basically they are worth 1 point. So there's no real need for that. Yeah, they can take the point. I'm totally fine with that. Let's rest André Carvalho a little bit here. Have him recover some energy. Just for a tiny bit. Is my worst climber. So that's why his energy is so low. Okay, let's put him back here. We will beat those Castilians. I mean, that's what you would say in my Crusader Kings game. Fernando Lucas, the king of Galicia and Navarra. You would probably want to beat those Castilians. I haven't picked up the save in the past few days, but I think I will again. And Fernando Janse might actually be close to changing religion, because he participated in a crusade, things went bad, then like if it was a punishment, his wife and his best friend died. His wife died while giving birth to his son, who also died. So he might be changing religions because he feels like Catholicism isn't the answer for him anymore. Libertad para Galicia. you're not your, but I mean the character kind of based on you is still melancholic, but finally he got a wife. I'm not sure if he already has children, but he's doing well. Lucas the Giant, he is doing well. Okay, so nothing really is happening in the back. We still have the German player kind of leading this train. It feels like now we have Hugo Gold from Belgium moving to the front. I'm pretty sure that at some point they are going to attack. I'm going to be distracted and then I'll have to chase them back, which is typically what happens with me. No. Wait, were you chased? Was your character chased? I don't remember. He was melancholic, and it took him like 10 years to get a wife. Oh, Twitch abundante, oh, Twitch abundante, oh. Big dog, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the bit. Thank you for the bit spent on me, with me. How are you doing, man? Having a look having a look. Wait, did the alert show on the screen? I did not check if the alerts were actually showing on screen. Dê trocado pro seu mairão, ou tweet abundante, ou tweet abundante. 49 bits. Oh.
Let's go マイラをエクスクラメーション MARK.
Oh, the Japanese voice, text to voice does not read the underscores. No, I need to change it. Thank you for the thank you for the 50 bits. Japanese style. Thank you for the 49 plus 1 bit. So thank you, Big Dog. Thank you so much. Good luck with the comments as well. You're playing tomorrow, I suppose, because you're commenting today. Have a nice commenting session. Bye bye, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Big Dog used a lot of underscores because it was kind of like a how do you say it? You see, I don't know how to speak English anymore. A private joke, kind of like a private joke, that he would always put his username as a lot of underscores, and then he used a lot of underscores in his messages when subscribing or sending bits. And then the text to voice thing would always say underscore 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 underscore, like ad eternum. But apparently the Japanese one does not do that. It does not do that. So we're still, how are we still only about halfway through this? This seems such a long stage. So long. And it's going to be interesting only around here, around this first category 3 climb, I guess. Or maybe even this category 2 climb. I don't think it's going to be exploding before that. Not sure if I'm going too hard on this. On him, on João Almeida. Yeah, let's keep him at 75. I think it should be fine. It shouldn't be hard to be able to... Let's get some water, actually, just before that climb. It shouldn't be hard to keep João Almeida with enough energy to get to the end. I mean yellow energy. But if I put him at a really high pace, I risk using a lot of the green, and if I use a lot of the green, then the yellow and red become shorter, closer to the end of the stage. I think, because I barely know Pro Cycling Manager 2022. I've played so little of it, comparing to the other ones, to the previous years. I definitely needed a break from this game. It definitely needed a break from this game. Let me just check the previous KOM sprints. So Orts, Anthony Roux, and Orts again. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really going to worry about this. They do push. Like when we get close to this, the other teams do push a little bit to try to get that point. They don't push tremendously, but they do a tiny bit. So there's no need for me to keep André Carvalho pushing. I'm actually curious, Lucas, of how you know João Almeida. As far as I know, you're not a very well, you're not even a small fan or a little bit of fan of cycling. So how do you know him? Okay, okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. Probably from me ranting about how he seems to struggle to have a team working for him at times. It always feels like his teammates don't really like him. Yeah, I remember chatting a little bit about that. I do remember that. Okay, so the pace seems to be increasing a bit here at the back. Because the gap decreased like by 30 seconds or so. It was around 245, 250. So I need to pay attention. And we are getting close to that category 3 climb, so things might start to go harder. And as you see, like the French player, he has, it seems like he has, oh, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have the 3 like I have, or something like I have here. Yeah, maybe he does have 1 relaying and the other 2 with 1 protecting or something like that. Yeah, it seems like that. So maybe the 3 of us are doing something similar. Maybe we are all doing something similar. I didn't really see who they have here. Okay, so Romain Sicard. I have the second strongest climber in this group, I think. Yeah, it's Romain Sicard, the best time trialist, which would be my Tiago Machado. And he has Godin. I don't think I have this rider. Yeah, I don't think I brought this one. Okay. Because I didn't really see who the other teams picked, who the other players picked. Because like everyone has the same. Let's maybe push it a little bit with Andre. Because why not? Because why not? Okay, things seem to be going harder. Let's not go too hard. Tiago, you know, you should be moving ahead of João to protect him. Let's push a little bit here with Andre. Let's use his energy gel already. Then he can drop back, I guess. I mean, we are getting close to... should I keep him? Okay, he's going to be dropped. I'm going to drop him. Actually, he is still holding. He is still holding, so let's maybe recover a little bit of energy with him. Everything is still looking good here. We're going on that downhill. Let's actually get some water. And some water here with Tiago as well. Let's take position there. And yeah, this game, the way multiplayer is played is an absolutely different beast when compared to the single player. It's like 2 different games completely. It's like 2 completely different games. Let's maybe move Andre to the front again. We're 2 minutes ahead of the other group. Let's push a little bit on the downhill. Actually, the other ones are pushing too. Like, I don't really know the best strategies to play, especially stages like this. Okay, so the Spanish guy took the intermediate sprint, probably with his 3 riders. I'm not sure if it was with his 3 riders at the front, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's push Almeida a little bit harder. Yeah, the pace is increasing quite a bit. Screw it. Let's just kill André Carvalho in this one. And it's done. Let's push now with Amaro Antunes. Getting close to that KOM. Can I get it? I got it. Okay. I got the KOM. Let's go back here. Okay, everything is still looking good. Not going to worry about André Carvalho. Just going to put him at 60 so he can finish the stage. All right. Hello, Shaman Boy. How are you doing? It seems like the impossible happened. I am streaming. It was all because of the PCM World Cup. How are you doing? I'm not sure if this is going to be a one-off, but it is good to be back. It is good. Okay, so this is a really big moment. We are approaching a really, really tough climb called Bansillon. My French is just absolutely perfect. This climb is insane. It goes up to about 20-something%. Okay, we have an attack by Miru. Actually, he's not attacking. He's not really attacking. Or is he? He's just pushing. Let's try to follow this. Okay, let's drop it here a bit. Let's go back to João. No, don't maintain position. Let's use the energy gel on Tiago Machado. I cannot lose touch with that group. Ah, he's going to take the points. Did he? I think he did. I still got some. I think. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Ah, I need to put João Rodrigues protecting João Almeida. He was just following. Okay, let's keep this at 85. We have a climb just in a bit. We're about to start another climb. This one is far easier. Let's just relay. Let's put him on relay. Not lose touch with that group. Move to the front. Go up to 85 there. Okay, I'm getting... Actually, I don't get any points with with Amaro and Tunj, that would be better, but Ruben Guerreiro was the first one there. Am I playing well? I have no clue. We have a long climb now. Yesterday when I was testing this stage, I actually... Let me push a little bit harder here. Okay, so we got caught. We got caught straight away. When I was testing this stage, I was a little bit confused close to the end. Basically because the climb finishes a little bit before the finish line, and I thought I was finishing the stage when the climb was ending. Let's drop Amaro and Tunj there. Okay, Ruben Guerreiro is basically done. Not going to be any help. Come on, Mario, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Let's use the energy gel on Amaro. He's going to have to protect João in a short moment, like now. We have some attacks. Oh, it's for the KOMs. Is this for the KOMs? Yeah, it's for the KOMs. Okay, we get some points with João Almeida and with Amaro and Tunj. That's good. That's good. 5 kilometers to go. Let's use the energy gel. I hope I didn't use too much energy. Let's hope I didn't use too much energy. Is this an attack? Feels like an attack. Come on. Let me just follow here. Let's follow wheel. Because I don't have enough red to sprint, I think. Oh, this is an early sprint. This is a really early sprint. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Can I get something from this? Ooh, I'm gonna finish third? Fourth. I finished fourth. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Eu não posso ficar aqui. Eu costumo ficar aqui.
Sim, mas eu tenho comida fria.
Okay. And my wife was picking up or was calling for the dog. This was close. This was really close. We don't lose time with João Almeida, which is good. Which is good. And it was... Oh, actually... Did Guillaume Martin lose time? Because Miru got 2 riders in the top 3. Did I say... Are you talking about Benfica? Were you talking about Benfica? I hope you were not talking about Benfica. Because no. No, yeah, I watched the match. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. The team didn't play too well. It was the same when we played against Porto in the weekend. We lost against them. Sempre Inter. Yeah, you were talking about Benfica. I know you were. I know you were. Like, I don't know, it's like the same thing that happened when the championship stopped for the World Cup. When matches restarted, the team was definitely not the same. They were playing nowhere close to... Yeah, people are saying this is going to finish in 2 hours. Because we are still waiting for Oh man, this guy is still here. Look at this, he's going at 3 kilometers per hour. Oh, he's going faster now. No, the game finished. So let's print screen this. Okay, so Guillaume Martin did lose time. He lost 11 seconds. In the GC, we are 5th. Okay, we're in range. We're in range, and I was actually a little bit afraid of that previous stage because I don't usually do well in hilly stages. I'm much better in stages like this, finishing with long climbs. And now that I'm saying this, I'm totally going to bust it. But we'll see how this goes. But also when we had the break for the World Cup, when we came back, we were not playing anywhere near the level we were before the interruption. And now that there was a couple of weeks only of interruption for the national teams to play, it's the same thing again. We came back, we won the first match against Riwave, I think 1-0, but it was a really poor performance. We were actually lucky to win that. And then, yeah, we lost to Porto and to Inter, both of them at home. Yeah, things are not looking great. And then one thing that is being a bit frustrating with Roger Schmidt is that, like, I can understand that he feels like the players that are on the pitch are the best ones he has, that give him the better guarantees. But it's tough to accept that he doesn't change any players. Like against Inter, I think he did 1 substitution. He can do 5. And like, if things are not working, you may feel like the other ones are not going to be this is my dog. Okay. It may feel like the other ones are not going to be as good as the ones that are playing. But like, come on, rotate the squad. Maybe one of them is going to have a really good day and can change the things. At least do something, change something. Like, yes, be persistent, be calm, feel confident about the way your team plays, but come on, there's a limit for that. And against Porto, he did 1 substitution in the first half because he had to. One of the players got injured. Then he did 1 in the second half, around halfway through the second half. And then he did a final substitution like with 3 minutes to go. And that's, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Changing the starting lineup every game. That was me playing Football Manager a few years ago. I would kind of do that. But mostly I would do that after like 2-3 seasons when I had a really strong team and basically my second squad was as capable as the first one. Yeah, because I when I played more FM, when I played it more often, I used to play a lot with Benfica, or as Benfica, and it was normally as the top teams in Europe. So money was never an issue. Only recently I started playing with really low league teams, which is a completely different challenge. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's painful. But it can be quite fun. Like you kind of connect with some of those players in a way that I don't think I ever felt when playing the big clubs, which is quite interesting. So we have an intermediate sprint here. Let's just check it. We have Miru with Luis Leon Sanchez. He's going to try to take the points, and I guess he's going to take them. Yeah, he's going to take them unchallenged. So Miru has 3 riders, and Ulikuls something has 3 riders as well. I guess it's time for me to maybe put André Carvalho working again. It's not really his terrain, but who's up the road? So Roma Sicar is the best climber here. Yeah, definitely just going for the KOMs. So let's lower the pace a little bit. No need to go this aggressive. I just don't want to create a really large gap. There's a lot of points in that climb, in both of the climbs. But the final stage has plenty of climbs of HC category, and those give a lot of points. So basically, someone who can go in the breakaway in the final stage and can take all the climbs has a good chance of winning the mountain classification. The problem with the final stage is that it is so damn hard that I feel like if you try to go for the KOM points and use a few of your riders, you may be jeopardizing the what am I saying? The general classification. Okay, so the German player is pacing again, which means I'm going to swap this once more. Oh, why am I not? I totally forgot about protecting Amaro and Tunj. No one saw that. No one saw that. That was not supposed to happen. I mean, if he's pacing with his entire team, I'm not going to spend that much energy so early in the stage. I was going to do that with André Carvalho, but then he started pacing, so yeah, André cannot really do a lot. So we're in the Col de la Croix de Fer, and then we have the mythical Alpe d'Huez with its twists and turns. The final stage has like the Telegraphe and the Galibier at the end. I think it also has the Col de la Croix de Fer at some point, the Col de la Madeleine. It is a really insane stage. I won't tire of saying that. So yeah, we don't have the Italian AI any longer. Is this a gap forming here? Not really sure. Am I going too hard? I should have gone for water earlier. Let's do it now. Let's get some water here. Sometimes in bits of the stage where nothing is really happening, I so want to click on the plus key to up the speed of the game. But yeah, we don't do that in multiplayer. It wouldn't be fair. It would not be fair. Because we are in the Col de la Croix de Fer. Sorry. Really bad one. But hey, it's me. You know, I read. Oh, this was terrible. I read this joke on Reddit, on a subreddit named Dad Jokes, very appropriate, which was something like a Mexican magician says, "I'm going to disappear at the count of 3. Uno, dos, poof." He disappeared without a tres. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not an original, but I appreciate it. I disappeared without a tres. Come on, Lucas. This is pure gold. Oh, okay. So Miru is making a move. Miru is making a move. Ken Andre is not going to hold, so I better just use his energy gel. Let's up the pace a bit. Okay, I need to... Ah, god damn it. They created the gap. We have a gap, ladies and gentlemen. We have a gap. We have a gap. I'm totally not using this in the best possible way. Miru still has... Wait, what? 4 riders? Okay, so basically... he basically has all his team up there. Let's use these energy gels. Let's have João made on the wheel of Amaro Antunes. Because why not? Can João Rodrigues still hold on? Come on, come on, come on. Hold it, hold it. He can. He can. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So this means now that João Rodrigues is going to move to the front and he's going to pace in the downhill, and I'm going to try to recover. I think this wasn't terrible. I don't know. The joke wasn't good. The joke wasn't gold. Come on. You know it was. Go to 85 with João Rodrigues, keeping Amaro here. Actually, Ruben Guerreiro should be the one pacing. Okay, let's swap this around. Let's swap this around. Okay, João Almeida is behind Amaro Antunes, Amaro being protected by João Rodrigues, and Ruben Guerreiro pacing, chasing Miru and his entire team, I guess. I don't think he still has anyone in this group. Who is behind? So 1 Belgian rider, 2... No, I'm not going to check all of this. It's going to take forever. Ooh, he's pacing. Huli Cools is pacing. I don't know if that's Huli Cools or Huli Kuis. It was death. Come, you're just not used to my jokes anymore, or my type of joke, because it was not mine. By the way, I hope everything is fine with the audio of the stream and all that. Let's lower this a little bit down to 70. I hope everything is fine because I didn't really check the volume of the microphone. Okay, everything running smooth. Good to know. Except for my humor. But other than that, it's good to know that everything is going fine. So Ruben is almost done. Holy Cools is facing with Madoise. Yeah, I just want to basically keep that gap at about a minute. Because he must be using more energy than we are, right? That's, I guess it's logical, sort of. Let's maybe swap this around with João Rodrigues protecting João Almeida and Amaru behind. Let's take position there as we are approaching the Alpe d'Huez. I should get water, right? I should get water just before the climb starts. Might be a little bit too late. This might have been a little bit too late. Yeah, we're going to turn left and start the climb, right? No, just, yeah. Basically, yes. Okay, the water comes just in time. And Ruben is going to be done. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. You can now rest. And rest assured that your effort was potentially not in vain. Or maybe it was. So Germany has 4 riders still. 3 for Belgium and only 2 for France. Okay, that's a bit unexpected. No, don't push too hard, Mario. Don't push too hard. Don't need to do that already. Still more than 10 kilometers to go in the climb. More than 10 kilometers to go. I'm surprised that Germany still has 4 riders there. Doing really, really well. Oh no, France still has 3. Okay. So France still has 3 riders. They're pushing a little bit harder. Don't panic. Don't panic. Time for some water. Man, I'm so great at multitasking. I can drink water and play Pro Cycling Manager and stream at the same time. Top skills. João Rodrigues is done, so let's use Amaru now to push João Almeida. And let's do what the Portuguese call Almeidada, which is the typical way of João Almeida riding, which is basically just going slowly behind everyone and then catching them. It's so painful to to watch him ride like that. Okay, let's use the energy gel on João. Ah, I would like to keep Amaro and Tunj for a little bit longer. Can we? Can we? 3 kilometers to go. He's going at 85. Going at 85. Go with João 2.3. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Can I follow Miro here? Can go for this. Can go for this. I can do this. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, was this too soon? This was too soon. I'm gonna be 4th again. God damn it. God damn it. Ah, I'm 4th again. Ah, should have kept the wheel. I should have freaking kept the wheel. It's what I said before. It's what I said before. I don't like to be passive in this game. I like to attack. God damn it. I don't think I lose any time, but I don't get the bonus seconds either. So I should still be 4th with João Almeida. I need to check the other classifications as well. Aki! Hello, hello! You have to be like 20-25 seconds behind to use the full power of Almeida. Obviously, right? Obviously, it was what I was saying before that I needed to do. I totally needed to do that. Yeah, my guys are finishing. It's what I was mentioning, that I needed to do Almeidada, which is the definition of riding as João Almeida does. How are you doing, Aki? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. Good to see you. So I saw that you are not... No. The groups are bigger. My group was of 7 players, but only 5 are playing. Only 5 are playing. There's 1 French and 1 Colombian player who missed. I think I'm not missing the nationalities. So yeah, it's only 5 of us. I think I'm still keeping 4th in the GC. Yeah, I didn't lose any time with João Almeida. Let's just print screen this. In the GC, yeah, this is tough. This is tough to pick 3rd. It's tough to pick 3rd. It would be nice to win the final stage. In the points classification, I'm way too far. João Almeida has a few. Oh, but yeah, Mikel Landa has so many. Because he took the 2 stages. He took the 2 KOMs. 2 HC category climbs in this one. Yeah, but this one is a really insane stage. We have the Col de la Madeleine, Col de la Croix de Fer, and then the Telegraphe and the Galibier in the end. And it's 246 kilometers long, so we're gonna be here for quite a while. Well, I mean, nobody has seen me in quite a while, to be honest. It's crazy. It's been a few crazy months. Not streaming since October. First because of a mix of being sick and tired, and having my kid not making it easy for me in the evenings. Like in September, October, he was having loads of tantrums. It was really hard to get myself in the mood for streaming. Why were you stopped there, guys? Um, things did improve a little bit afterwards, but I think at that point, I kind of lost the motivation in a way to stream. And it was also a little bit weird because you know that I had that period in the first half of the year when I was unemployed, in which I was streaming daily, almost daily, during the day. So when I was alone at home, in the afternoon, and that made it possible for me to stream in a different way. It's not like I'm the most enthusiastic person. I don't start screaming and whatnot during streams, but I could be a little bit more enthusiastic while doing it, and I enjoy that. I enjoyed that feeling. And when I went back to streaming in the evening, I had to contain a little bit, contain myself a little bit more. And that also contributed in a way to not feel the same way about streaming and not feeling the need to about or the need to about not feeling the need to keep streaming. So yeah, it was a mix of things. So 235 kilometers to go. No one is pacing. No one is really pacing. I mean, actually, Miro might be pacing. Miro might be, but we are going downhill, so maybe he's not really pushing that hard. Because again, I played this yesterday twice against the AI. And I talked about this before on the Discord of the group. And actually, let me check if there's anything important in the Discord. I don't think so. I mentioned it before. Like the AI completely wiped the floor with me on this stage. I could not keep up with them. I could not keep up with them. In the second attempt, I was a little bit closer, but still I lost like a minute and a half, and I was completely defensive in that stage, which also proves that the AI is much better in this PCM than it was before. I think extreme level AI is a good challenge. It is a good challenge nowadays. But yeah, all this to say, Aki, that yeah, I haven't been seen around in streams lately. Like it's really tempting to go in the breakaway and get all the KOM points. But as I mentioned before, I think if you do that, you basically you are basically saying that you don't care about the GC. In multiplayer, I think it's impossible to try to do both things. It was some crazy months, you know. In general, I think in general, the world has been crazy, right? The world has been crazy. Let me lower this. Although we are now approaching the climb, I feel like someone is going to try to take those points. It's only 2 points. I'm not really going to worry about these. But someone might push Yeah, Miru is pushing. He is stretching the field. Is he attacking? Is he actually attacking? Who is he taking? Huh. Interesting move. Interesting move. Why am I following with João Almeida? That is not, that was not my intent. That was definitely not my intent. I just had him in maintained position. And he just followed Cyril Lemoine. Also, this is a weird place for the KOM to be. I mean, it is at the top of the climb, true, but it's basically in the flat section. It is basically in the flat section. Wait a bit longer before I get some water. Like I don't think that it's dangerous to have Miru with these 3 riders up the road. He's asking no one. I don't think so. I do not think so. I think it's suicide. I think if you go for the breakaway, it's kind of suicide. I hate playing like this. I definitely hate playing like this, but I don't want to waste any unneeded energy. Let's get some water now. If the opportunity presents itself during, like, say, the first climb, close to the top, I may try something. But again, I don't know if I want to. Especially because Miru already has Landa with 40 points. Where is Landa? Where is Landa? Wait, where is Landa? Bilbao, Landa. Yeah, he's here. He already has 40 points. My best rider is João with 16. Amar won 12. I mean, I don't necessarily need to win the KOM competition. But if I get a good positioning, I get a few good points. Yeah, sorry, Miro. Mi disculpa. But I'm definitely not going. Yeah, this would kind of make sense in real life to have a few riders up the road to then help the GC contenders. But in PCM, I don't really think so, because you do waste a lot of energy, a lot more energy in doing this. Sure, he starts the climb 1.5 minutes ahead, and he can do them without using as much energy and just wait for the other riders to get to them. But I don't know if that's a good way of approaching this. On the other hand, it's more interesting for viewers. So I'm really sorry for the ones who are watching and watching a bore fest at the moment. But it is what it is. Yeah, I feel like Laurel is probably the least experienced player from the way he plays and also the results he got so far. Because it seems like he has just a single train with all his riders. Potentially the first one is protecting the train. And all the others, I think, are splitting this in groups of three riders. It is what it is. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's the reality of cycling. When you have stages that last for like 5 or 6 hours, and in many of them nothing happens for in 90% of it. It is not uncommon. It is not uncommon. But yeah, it's the final one. I think we are pushing a little bit harder now. Google and Huli Quiz are working. Okay, so I'm going to put André Carvalho at the front as well. And I'm going to move Tiago Machado to protect Amaro Antunes, and Ruben Guerreiro can protect João Almeida. Is this enough for him to work a bit? Probably not even enough. Oh, okay, he's at the front of the group now. Let's keep pacing at 70. And see how this goes. We are kind of keeping the distance. So the pace here by Miro should be around the same, around 70, maybe a little bit more. We're not far from the climb. We are not far from the climb. Although this first one, like in the first section of the climb, I don't think a lot is going to happen. Miru, I mean, I get your comment. Miru is saying you can't read it because you can't read it because I'm covering it. Miru is saying that myself and Huli prefer to defend second and fourth, and that it's sad. Maybe, but I'm going to say the same thing that I've said so many times in when I play multiplayer Pro Cycling Manager. I don't know the etiquette of multiplayer. I don't know the rules. I don't know the strategies. I play the way I feel it's the best way for me to play. I don't think it's advantages for me to go and have riders in the breakaway now. I think for me this is the best way of doing this. I was not working before. I saw other players working at the front of the peloton, so I decided to cooperate as well. Is that the best way of playing this? I have absolutely no idea. If it's not, let me know so I can learn. We can talk about this. Saying it's sad to have other players playing in a different way of the way you wanted us to play. That's not cool. That's not cool. I mean, I said it even before starting this stage that I thought it was suicide to go in the breakaway in this one. I don't think it's the best way of playing this. I'm going to take the chance here to get some water. I should have done it a little bit earlier because we are getting really close to the climb. Yeah, we're going to turn right and start going up. Should have done this sooner. Okay, so Miro dropped one of his riders, keeps 2. And I am... If André Carvalho can move to the front, I don't think he can. It's a train fast. Look at this. We have a 6-man Belgian train, a 6-man German train, only 4 Spanish, and I think the French train is the only one doing the same as I am, or kind of, I guess, with a split train. Okay, let's push a little bit more with André Carvalho now. Let's push him up to 80. Still good enough to keep my riders at 70. Am I dropping the others? Seems like I'm dropping the others, not that I really want to drop them. This was not my intent, I just wanted to up the pace a bit. Yeah, they pushed a little bit again, and they are back on me again. Like, you see, probably what I'm doing right now is really stupid and makes no sense. I like playing like this. Will I maybe get eliminated? Probably. I don't know. But I freaking hate to remain passive in PCM. It's like with actual real life cycling. I absolutely love riders who attack, and I think everyone does, right? And that's why I struggle to sometimes support João Almeida, because he never attacks. He always reacts to stuff, to what's happening. Okay, so Germany is now pushing. Let's up this a little bit, up to 76.5. And I can again go with André Carvalho protecting Amaro Antunes, Tiago Machado protecting João Almeida, and Ruben Guerreiro on the wheel of Amaro Antunes. Okay, it's the same thing I had when I started. Yeah, let's try to take position there, why not? I should have used the energy gel with André Carvalho. Let's have Tiago here and Ruben here. We're still 8 kilometers from the top of this first climb. This is absolutely crazy. Pace is slowing down, I think. Let's use the energy gel here now on Tiago Machado. Try to keep contact with the front riders. So still 5 Belgian riders, 5 French riders. And Miro is trying to go for it. Is he? I think he is. Trying to go for the KOM points. He's actually going with Landa in Bilbao. Okay. That's an interesting move. That is interesting. That is interesting. Are they all trying to go? No, protect, protect, protect. Okay. Yeah, they're going to try to take the KOM points, obviously. I would like not to lose any of these riders. João Rodrigues is having a little bit of a hard time here. Can you hold on, man? Can you hold on? Come on. Come on. I just don't want to lose contact here. Can I get some points with João? Got a few points with João. Hopefully it won't cost me that much. This little effort here. Let me just check it. Yeah, we got 10 points. Not terrible. Landa, Tunes, and Bilbao. How is Tunes? He has 20 points. Okay. Let's drop this to 60. I'm thinking about what to do. I'm going to get water with Ruben, and then he can go to the front and base in whatever is left of the downhill. And let's move Amar to the wheel of João. Basically similar to what I did in the previous stage, in the downhill. Okay. The downhill is about to finish. Let's focus again on this. Maybe we need to push a little bit more with Ruben. So 18 riders. Not everyone has 4 riders. I'll have to check how this is. So at least we don't have a numerical disadvantage. And we start the Col de la Croix de Fer immediately. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. Ruben, will you stop, man? No, I don't care if you follow them. Can go there. Let's try this then. Or maybe not. Okay, let's do it differently then. João can maintain position. And Ruben to the front. Because this was like my goal. Trying to push a little bit. But if others are doing that, I'm just needlessly wasting energy with Ruben. Yeah, I'm just wasting energy with Ruben. Okay, drop back then. Drop back then. Then maybe you protect João and João Rodrigues comes here. Fun fact, I have 2 riders in my team. Fetch waterbot. Oh, yeah. You can be in automatic and do that. I have 2 riders in my team that used to ride for W52 FC Porto. And that are now... Actually, I'm not sure if Amaro is suspended. But at least João Rodrigues is suspended for like 10 years or something. So he basically is never going to race again because of doping. What else? Not too surprising, I guess, considering that their team won Volta Portugal like 7 or 8 times in a row. Is the gap increasing? No, the gap is basically the same. And Miro is down to Bilbao at the front. Not really dangerous for the GC. So we have Miro with Landa and David de la Cruz, and now Luis Leon Sanchez as well. So he still has 3 riders here, plus 1 up the road, 4 Germans, 3 Belgians, 3 French, and 4 Portuguese. Okay, it's not terrible. I'm actually quite confident. I'm feeling stupidly confident about this. I shouldn't. Overconfidence is going to kill me. How the heck can I be overconfident in a stage that I lost to the AI, like in an atrocious way? Still 7.5k to go in this one. I think my kids might be asleep already because I haven't heard them in a long time. Miro is maybe playing some mind games, asking for Laurel to attack. He actually did. He clicked the attack button and then immediately stopped it. Oh. There you go, Miru. I think he is pushing a little bit harder. I'm feeling like I need to up the effort with João Almeida. Mind games. Yeah, the thing about being inexperienced in Pro Cycling Manager multiplayer is that mind games don't even work with you. Because you don't know the strategies, right? Don't know what's going on most of the time. Yeah, Ruben Guerreiro is done. Okay, I got first with João Almeida in this one. Not bad. Not bad. Again, hopefully this wasn't a stupid decision. Hopefully it was not a stupid decision. João can get some water. Get some water as well, Ruben. I don't think you're going to be able to come back, although the pace here isn't too high. Attack by Kamna? Huh? That's weird. Wait, come on. Come on, I won this. I won this KOM. Sometimes PCM does break a bit. Can you get to the front? Sometimes it breaks a bit in KOM sprints. And it doesn't really show the proper rider. It doesn't really show the proper rider in the KOM sprint, but then the final result, and the final stage result is actually going to have the proper rider there. Okay. This is cool because Ruben Guerreiro is back here. Good. I like this. I do like this. Ah, we have a move there. Madouas attacking. So Hulikuz is attacking with Madouas, Romain Sicard, and Guillaume Martin. So it's 3 best riders. Let's not give him that. Let us not give him that. Is caught. This is just before the sprint. There are a few points there and a few bonus seconds. Am I going to worry about that? I wasted energy already in the KOMs. I don't think I'm going to worry about the sprint. Let's just pace with Ruben Guerreiro and see where this goes. There are a few riders sprinting. I'm not going to sprint for this. Okay. So it was, I think, Leonard Kamna who took that. Let's pace slowly. Oh. This is exhausting. I'm sure riding a bike is easier. Miro saying, Miro and Laurel, you guys get eliminated if there is sprint and you don't try. I mean, I get eliminated if I attack. So I'm not going to go for that. Like, actually, we got the KOM, so it's not like it's not working. The two of us were the top at that final climb, at that previous climb, so yeah. I don't know if it's usual on him. As I said, the name is familiar, but I don't really know him. What I do know is that there are, as with any game and as with any community, with anything nowadays, there are a few people that are a little bit more toxic. Not saying that he usually is, but yeah, he's looking like he is. It, again, might just be mind games. Okay, so Ruben Guerreiro is done. Stop him. You can go automatic now. Actually, yeah. And because of this, Laurel is away. Laurel is away. Polycools is spacing. But I'm not going to... I can't allow myself to get caught in being... I can't be too rushed. I need to be patient with this. It's really, really long. Let's use the energy gel on João Rodrigues. Not going to be too useful for him, but okay, let's lower the pace a bit. Actually, I can swap this around and do it like this. I'm not sure if I still need water until the end. Okay, so João is done. Maybe he can still protect Amaru for a tiny bit. Okay, so stop him. And he can go now. Hey, you can be an automatic, man. You can finish the race. Get another KOM. At least this is going to be useful. At least this is going to be useful. Okay, I need Amaru Antunes to get back there, but he also needs to recover a little bit of energy. And Galibier is about to start. Doesn't have any water. God damn it. (17.5 kilometers). Is this ever going to end? Let's get some water. I need that. I guess. Why does Amaru have those stats and why does João have 71 time trial? Hello, Diogo. I totally missed that it was you. Welcome in. How are you doing? So this is a different type of database. Where is Amaru? He's behind. Oh, no. This might have been my mistake. So this is a special DB, so that everyone, because it's a competitive race. So that everyone has the same riders, the same available riders. Sometimes the stats don't really make a lot of sense, but yeah, it's to make everything a little bit fairer. No worries. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? By the way, everyone, if you enjoy FIFA, the video game, not the organization, because obviously nobody likes them. If you enjoy FIFA, Diogo streams FIFA. I don't know if it's daily, but on a very regular basis. And goodbye, Amaro Antunes. It was nice to have you here. He is done now. So you can have a look at his channel, give him a follow. I'm doing well. I guess I'm doing well. I think it's been weird. The past few months have been a bit weird. Not in a terrible way, but in a way they caused me to not stream in a long time. I haven't streamed since October, but things are going well. Yeah, that's the thing, because so I was working. Well, you're Portuguese, so you know that what it means. I was on Recibos Verdes, so working as an independent worker in the second half of last year, and I was promised a contract. Like in December, I was promised a contract for 3 years. I didn't like the work I was doing, but I took the offer. I thought that I can't really waste a job offer in the way things are in the world. But the fact is that the call for the contract took a long time to open. It was opened only in March. I applied, but I'm still waiting for the final decision. And the final day I was at that job, my boss actually didn't give me any guarantees that the job was mine. So things are a bit odd, I would say. Things have been a little bit odd professionally, but yeah, hopefully everything will get back together soon. I'm not going to be able to win this. Let's try to follow the will of Landa. But I'm almost out of energy. Yeah. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. I'm not even going to be able to keep with Laurel. Oh no. I'm going to lose a lot of time here. Ah, god damn it. God damn it. Guillaume Martin taking this win is a little bit of a positive. Ah, oh, damn it. I'm losing so much time. I think I'm going to lose 4th in the GC. And maybe those pushes for the KOMs were not amazing. They were probably a terrible idea. But I think I do have a good position in the mountain classification. No, man, you don't want to offer me promotion of my channel. How do I even do this? Man, I totally forgot. Oh, okay. So, ban by Hichali. No worries, Diogo. No worries. It'll be fine. So I failed it in the end. Not a good way of playing this. Lost a lot of time. Yeah, Miru saying, what a shit tour. Google saying no gap between the leaders, no one trying anything. I mean, suit yourself, man. You can blow the race as you like. Okay, this is the thing that I struggle to understand the most in PCM multiplayer. Like, why? It feels like people only. I'm sure there's an optimal way of playing. But like, if you want everyone to play the exact same way of that you do, what even is the point of that? What even is the point of that? Okay, I don't understand it. So in the GC, I keep fourth. I keep fourth place in the GC. Points classification, I got sixth. I was second in the KOM. Okay, that's something. That at least is something. That at least is something. Let me print screen this one and print screen everything else. So Belgium with Dylan Toons taking the win. He was the leader before. Then Guillaume Martin for Uli Cools and Miro got third. I got fourth with João Almeida, just 14 seconds ahead of Laurel. And all because of the team time trial, I guess. Print screen everything. And we're done. Yay, I was the worst. I was the worst in the team classification. I won the young rider classification. That totally doesn't count for anything here. It totally doesn't count. Same stats, same feelings. The only thing you have to do is manage the energy better than your competitors. Yeah, apparently that's what some players want, which, like, for me, it doesn't make any sense. For me, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway. Let me just put the GC here. And let me just check the scores. Actually, I'm not sure if some of the fourth place players get through. Okay, yeah, some fourth place. So I guess it's half of the groups get one of the fourth placed players through. Although our group was only 5 players, so I think the chances of that happening are slimmer. As like, if a group has 6 players, I think something. So the way the best fourth place players are selected takes that into account, because like in a group with 6 players, you have a larger way of spread, or a bigger way of spreading the points. So I think, yeah, my chances aren't that big. But again, like, if I'm not sure if I can check this still. I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can. I didn't check it earlier, and I can't see it anymore. But I have so little experience playing my brain is freezing. Playing multiplayer when compared to some of these guys, that I think I actually did reasonably well. I'm not too upset. And it's the first time I'm in a World Cup, so yeah, it's not bad. Hello, Jansei. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Late. You are late. I hope nothing happens in 9 months. But welcome in. Hope you're having a good day, or I mean, it's already starting a new day for you, right? And with the work that you require them with their deliverables probably as well. 11:47. Oh, okay, so we only have 2 hours difference now. Because we are on daylight saving times and you don't use it. Okay. Okay, so it's still the night is young for you. How have you been, man? How have you been? It was only almost 6 months. Only almost 6 months. No biggie. No biggie. Okay, so I'm checking the groups. Today we have 8 groups playing. We had 8 groups playing and only 3 of them had 6 riders. 6 players, I mean. So, I mean, there's a slim chance of me making it through. But still, I won't know that today. Only tomorrow. Because the other 8 groups play tomorrow. So it will depend a lot on those results. Here I think most likely I got I think I got 4th overall. I do get some points for João Almeida here in the KOM. I think maybe 20 points. Could check the rules. Let me check the rules. Did I miss streaming by any chance? You've been great. Crazy last few weeks. I mean, if sometimes being busy is good. Sometimes it's good. So I might be okay. This is a little bit better. I was being flashed by the PDF. So in tour events, second in the points classification gets 20 points. Oh no, in the KOM classification, yeah, gets 20 points, so that's good. I got 4th in the GC, that's 55 points. And then in stages, yeah, I think I was 4th in all of them. Actually, I was 5th in this one. So I'm not gonna get a lot of points from that. That's 17 points plus 55, that's 72. It's 92 points, I think. Do I get anything from the points classification 6th? Does 6th give me any points? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I should be below 100 points. Probably not enough. That is half a win. That is half a win. Unfortunately, half a win is probably not going to be enough. It's probably not going to be enough. I'm just going to scare you off a bit with my big head. Ooh, giant. And I can actually close the game. Give me just 1 second, leave the tournament. And quit PCM. Are you scared of me? Did I scare you? I'm trying to... No. What? What is... No, I'm just looking at a screenshot in the Discord for in the channel for the group. I'm seeing an achievement. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm seeing something that is a bit confusing, but no worries. Probably yes. Probably I am ending the stream soon. I just wanted to wait a little bit for the results of the group. They are probably still being calculated. Not sure how these things work. Because yeah, again, it's the first time I'm playing in the World Cup. In a way, I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed with the final stage. I'm a little bit disappointed with the final stage because I should have done a lot better. I'm trying to figure out where I missed in this one. Like the three best players clearly got ahead. Trying to figure out what was the issue here. Was it because I pushed too hard to get the KOM points with João Almeida? Probably. In the end, maybe it was worth it because I got second in the mountain classification, and maybe without some of those points I would be third. And that would make me lose more points than if I had finished maybe fourth in this final stage. But yeah. A little CK before before the end. Wait, I think I'm just going to pause the music because I think I'm in the interviews channel, something like that. Oh no, wait, I don't know how this works. Oh, I can listen in. I'm not sure if this is going through to the stream. I don't think I'm going to be in the interviews. Anyway, let me just deafen this. Yeah, he did. he gave me 2,000 bits. He did give me 2,000 bits. Mostly because like it was a way of paying after me winning the F1 Fantasy League on his team channel. Like I earned a prize, and then I told him that instead of giving me money directly, he could use the many bits he had. The many bits he had that he was not going to use for anything else, and it was a win-win situation. Like I would still get the money, he would not pay more than he should. So yeah, he did it. You still see my giant head and my childish desk. This is not my desk. It's just a tiny square in one of the like a tiny shelf with some of my stuff. It was the win x win times 2000. True, true. But yeah, no, I'm not going to continue streaming. Also because I did not have dinner yet, and I didn't have dinner with my kids and my wife today. They they did it alone. I'm sure they missed me a lot, and they were in pain. But I'm actually hungry. Mad lads. Yeah, that's why I didn't perform adequately. I didn't ingest enough calories. Hello, Ninja. How are you doing? I don't think so. I don't think so. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I think you're playing tomorrow, right? I think I saw that you're playing tomorrow. Um, I don't think I got through. Disconnect quietly. Okay. Let me recheck if there's anything already. Okay, it's just Joe Whiteley is saying, answering again to my question about some of the fourth place players getting through. Because I think I finished fourth in the classification today. But yeah, you play against Zeros, yeah, yeah. I do remember seeing you in that group. Honestly, I don't know how good a player he is. I know is not probably is surely the strongest. Okay, the big dog is telling me to join the interviews. So I think I will join the interviews. Maybe I have that live. I guess I will have that live maybe. Or maybe I just finish the stream before. But yeah, I don't know how good a player he is. He's the biggest PCM content creator. But I honestly don't know how good he plays. But yeah, good luck. Good luck for that. So I will wrap up the stream and join the interviews. Because I don't really screw it. I'll just join the interviews and can I listen to this properly? Oh, this is me.
Community. How did the tour go for you?
I mean, I wasn't expecting too much. Maybe a little bit better in the final stage. I think I pushed a little bit harder than I should to get the KOM points. On the other hand, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be second in the KOM classification, and probably I would have lost more points. So I mean, it was a good experience. The ones who know me know that I'm very inexperienced in multiplayer.
Sure, for sure. But you've been steadily improving at your pace. Maybe go a bit far in tour in 1 or 2 years. Would you say it's possible?
I mean, if I practice a bit more, I think it would be possible. I would maybe need to learn a few strategies, how people
I've
tend to
seen
play
the
a bit more.
I've seen the ending of your final stage. I mean, we did see quite a few moments from the tour, from your group's whole tour. But the final of the fourth stage comes to mind because to me, it seemed you weren't doing that bad, except for one thing, and despite being one, it's the most important one, which is indeed the energy management. Is this something you'll try to work on?
Hmm. Yeah, I have to do that. Like I in for a long time, not that I'm experienced again, but for a long time I used to be a bit more conservative with the energy and drop it a little bit more, maybe doing better in that regard. But then I would inevitably be surprised by other people pushing a little bit harder, and then I would be dropped. And when that happened, I would then push harder and losing more energy that way. And so I started upping my energy a little bit more to try to stay at the front, and that is the thing. Like, I'm constantly behind the person that is pacing when I'm not the
Didn't
one
have much
pacing.
practice that might
Yeah.
have gone against.
Sorry.
I'm not sure if I lost my own.
No, I didn't catch what you were saying.
Can
Are you
anyone hear
not?
me?
Are you? I'm listening to
we can
you.
hear
Hello?
you. We can hear you,
Hello?
Myra, but I don't think
Okay.
you can
Waxon?
talk.
Is anyone
Yeah,
here?
hear you.
Yeah,
I don't think
but
Sean
we're
can hear any of us.
Sean, can you hear us?
Oh,
Miss Bond?
oh, sorry. I wasn't. I stopped listening completely for a while. I'm really sorry. What
Oh,
did you say?
No, I just missed your last question, and probably by now you forgot my last question as well.
yeah.
No, no,
Your
no. I did not. I actually did not. I was just asking. Based on how the game play changed this year regarding two of the main secondary stats, and since you probably didn't have much time to practice at that too, especially in multiplayer,
no.
do you think that was also something that worked against you in this tour?
I'm I would have to agree with what you're saying, because like in previous years I would have like 300 or 400 hours in PCM, mostly single player, true. And I don't think I even have 100 hours this year in PCM 22. I've been really away from the game. And that change in the way those stats work and their importance, yeah, definitely I still struggle to kind of understand how to better use them. So yeah, I think it's really a matter of practicing more and just finding time to do that and to play with you guys
All
more
right,
often.
man. We should definitely book a CK3 game one of these days. By the way, it's been
Absolutely,
a long while. So
absolutely.
best of luck for what's coming of your World Championships if you decide to, and I hope you do, to do a couple more races. I hope you find the time at least for one more. It's always fun to see you racing, man. You're always a good sport, and it's always good to talk to you. So best of luck, Maimo. Hope to see you more in these World Championships. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, and good luck with all the organization. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Myra.
We're gonna.
Okay, so let me leave the stage. Okay, I'm gonna be here listening still, and then I'll join them again. Okay. Except my suave voice. Oh, you were hearing nothing. Yeah, because I had to turn on the Discord on my streaming software, so it would go through. So yeah, it took me a little bit longer, but hopefully it was all clear from all the sides. You agree with CK? You agree with CK? Yeah. That's what Big Dog said. Yeah, it's been a long time since we last had some multiplayer. Uh, I think actually multiplayer CK was only initially with you and Fox. I think we played with Petar once as well, and I played with Lucas, just me and Lucas once as well. That was actually supposed to be a co-op streaming thing to do more often, but then it kind of coincided with me going back to work in June, last June. So it didn't really continue. But yeah, we should definitely try some CK, some multiplayer. And I did enjoy streaming today. Will I find time to stream more often. I don't know. I don't know. I will have to think about it. I will have to think about it. But yeah, I had a good time today. I had a good time today. So I'm going to wrap this up. Because in any case, if I do, yeah, you'll know. You'll definitely know. For those who are around and are not there and might want to join the Discord, you are more than welcome to do so. Because yeah, we talk about games mostly, and yeah, not as much Czech politics lately, but there's some of that as well. But yeah, we talk mostly about video games and some sports as well, and some other stuff. It's not a big Discord, but yeah, it's full of friendly people. So yeah, good to see you as well. See you as in not seeing you. But yeah, good to see you. Good to be around with all you with all you guys that were on that side today. Let me just move this here, and and maybe I will be back. I mean, if I go through, I still don't know if I went through. Yeah, on obviously I won't know if I go through before before tomorrow when the other groups play the tour event. If I go through, I'm going to be back with PCM in 2 weeks. I think that's when the next round takes place. Again at the same time. So again, my wife is not going to appreciate it. But yeah, I can't do anything about the schedule of the World Cup. It's very early for me. It's the worst time possible for me. But I mean, it makes more sense for most of the other European countries. But anyway, I take too long saying these things. I will end the stream now. I'm not going to raid anyone because also, yeah, I just want to have some dinner and get some rest. Thank you so much to everyone who was around there to support me or to just follow the races. Thank you for the support. Thank you to Fox and Big Dog for the cheers. And yeah, I appreciate the presence of you all. I hope you had a good time. I certainly did. And as usual, stay safe, stay positive, and until next time, goodbye.